Bad credit. If you're on this website, it's quite likely that you don't have the best credit that you've ever had in your life. You may not have any credit at all. Don't worry, we have good news for you. Now you might be thinking that you don't even need credit. That's just not true in our society. Have you ever tried to rent a car or get a hotel room without a credit card? It's pretty difficult, if not impossible. Almost everybody that we talk to wants to know what effect on their credit report filing a bankruptcy could have. Most people assume, incorrectly, that filing a bankruptcy will be a long-term negative on their credit report. This was pretty much true 20 years ago, but that's ancient history. Today it doesn't take much time to restore your credit after you file a bankruptcy, and we'll show you how to do that as part of our service. It's not hard, but there are certain steps that you need to take. Most people want to know how long a bankruptcy will stay on their credit report. They assume that as long as the bankruptcy is reported, it'll hurt their credit. But this isn't true. The fact that a bankruptcy shows up on your credit report is not always a bad thing. Our clients recover their credit very quickly after filing bankruptcy. We explain the simple steps that are necessary to rapidly rebuild your credit. In fact, our clients start rebuilding their credit while they're in their bankruptcy. We don't wait until the bankruptcy's over. The sooner you get started, the sooner your credit will be recovered. Here's the bottom line on credit. If you can get the credit that you need at rates that are reasonable, then it really doesn't make any difference if the bankruptcy's on your credit report. In our experience, if you take certain simple steps, you can expect to get credit cards right away, get automobile loans at decent interest rates, and assuming that you qualify otherwise, you should be able to get a house loan mortgage at a decent rate about 2 years after your bankruptcy discharge. Now that's not a very long time in the grand scheme of things, is it? We're very concerned about helping our clients recover their credit as quickly as possible. One of the great things about a bankruptcy discharge is that it permanently and completely wipes out all of the debt that you had before your case was filed. Future creditors know this, so the bankruptcy discharge appearing on your credit report can actually be viewed as a positive thing. Creditors who are looking at your credit report know that they don't have to be concerned about the debt that you owed before your case was filed because it got discharged in most cases in your bankruptcy. They don't need to worry that you might be sued by any of your prior creditors for debt that's been discharged because it's no longer possible after your bankruptcy discharge is granted. You'll get a clean slate, a fresh start. Creditors know this and they're much more willing to extend credit after a bankruptcy discharge is granted. In many cases, you're a better credit risk after your bankruptcy than you were before. Have you ever noticed in the newspapers and on television that there are car dealers and other creditors advertising that bankruptcy is no problem? Did you ever wonder why? Now you know. These creditors know that you're off the hook for some or all of the debt that you owed before the bankruptcy was filed. You will owe little or nothing after the bankruptcy in many cases, and therefore you're much more able to make the payments on the loan you're trying to get. It makes a lot of sense once you think about it, doesn't it? The myth that bankruptcy destroys your credit keeps a lot of people from even considering bankruptcy as an option. And that's really sad because for many people it's exactly the right move to make. It normally takes much less time to rebuild credit after wiping out your debt in a bankruptcy than it would take if you tried to pay off that debt by making minimum payments for years and years, paying mostly interest every month, and never getting anywhere fast. If you're interested in a fresh start and getting your credit rebuilt quickly, bankruptcy may be just the answer for you.